the country hosting the competition. Both teams are already out onto the field of play ahead of the start of this encounter as the stadium. It does, of course, mean we turn our attentions to the starting 11s from both teams, and we do so with Senegal, who are classed as the home side for this one. It is a 4-3-3 formation for Pape Thiaw's men. It is Edouard Mendy, the former Chelsea goalkeeper, between the sticks. A back four of Diaté, Seck, Niakate and Jacobs. Diarra, Idrissa Gueye and Papa Gueye make up the midfield. And up front for Senegal this afternoon, when it is the familiar trio of Ismaila Sarr, Nicholas Jackson through the middle, and the former Liverpool man, of course, Sadio Mane, up front for the Senegalese. And as for Sudan, it is a 4-3-3 formation as well for the African nation. Kwesi Appiah is the man in charge of the so-called away team for this one. Monged El Nil is in goal. There is a back four of Barglan, Ering, Karshoum and Canis. Taifor, Abdallah and Kadir are in midfield. And further forward for the Sudanese, it is Abdallah and Issa up front. So we are moments away from the start of the encounter. Dahane Baida is the man in the middle. He is tasked with keeping both teams in check. The video assistant referee, Lalu Benbrahim. And we are moments away from kickoff, the last 16 of the Africa Cup of Nations. Don't forget, of course, Mali against Tunisia following this one later on in the evening kickoff, and Flash Score will be bringing the live audio commentary of that one as well. But our focus remains on Senegal against Sudan. It is a Senegal outfit that have managed 7 goals so far in the competition to just the 1 goal for Sudan. Last time out, the Senegalese defeating Benin by 3-0. And as for Sudan, well, they lost to Burkina Faso, but they did manage to book their place in the last 16 already on that occasion. Both these sides previously meeting in the CAF World Cup qualifiers. Senegal, in fact, coming out by winning 2-0 back in September, and they would certainly take that scoreline this afternoon. Prior to that, well, it was 2 draws last time these two met in the African Cup of Nations back in August of 2025. Sudan won, Senegal won, and then a 0-0 draw prior to that. So both captains just conducted in the pre-match coin toss ahead of this one, and we are moments away from kickoff, and it is Senegal against Sudan at the Grand Stade de Tangier in Morocco. Live here on Flash Score, bringing you the live audio commentary of this one. It is a Senegal side who will participate in all green, and as for Sudan, it will be an all-white strip for them on this occasion. The Senegal side that includes the likes of Edouard Mendy, Idrissa Gueye, the Everton midfielder, and of course further forward is where you'll prominently know such names: Ismaila Sarr, the likes of Nicholas Jackson now at Bayern Munich, and of course Sadio Mane, who plies his trade in the Saudi Pro League. So we are set and ready to go. Senegal against Sudan coming up very shortly. it will be Senegal to get the ball rolling right from the off in this one. They'll be kicking from left to right in this first half. Referee just having a quick check. And we are all ready to go. Will be Senegal to get the ball rolling. As mentioned, Senegal, of course, are favourites to progress in this one. Referee just halting things momentarily. It isn't a full stadium, but plenty of atmosphere inside the Grandstand des Tangiers. Referee eventually says we are good to go, and it is Senegal who get the ball rolling, kicking from left to right, as mentioned, immediately firing it forward and winning themselves an early free kick inside 15 seconds. A foul by the Sudanese midfielder Abu Ghala Abdallah. Barglan, and second attempt once again for Sudan at the throw-in. Papa Chow, the man in charge of Senegal, wearing a Senegal watch this afternoon with the face, the country's flag on it, as the throw will be taken by Shetty Barglan. Plays it across, headed away by Niakate at the back there for Senegal, and the ball eventually reaching the feet of Edouard Mendy. Men in green, and a chance now from down the left-hand side, 5 yards short of halfway. Ball recycled all the way back into the Senegal defensive half of the field, and this time played forward. One back though by Sudan, who then fire it over to the left-hand side. And now a chance once again for Senegal as they look to bring it forward, but Sudan win it back themselves, and they bring it forward over half. An opportunity now for Abdallah, through the middle it goes, now out to Kadir, who sends the ball in, but it's easily dealt with at the back there by Senegal, and now a chance as they look to get the ball clear, but it's watched comfortably out of play, and it will be a goal kick to Senegal. 2.5 minutes played, Senegal 0, Sudan 0, as Edouard Mendy goes to collect the ball, the Senegal goalkeeper. Another player plying his trade in the Saudi Pro League these days. Kwesi Appiah is the man in charge of Sudan, and he watches on from his technical area. We'll be hoping his side can get what would be classed as a shock victory over one of the tournament favourites, Senegal. As mentioned in the pre-match commentaries, that it has been Senegal who ran out 2-0 winners last time these sides both met back in September of 2025 in the World Cup qualifiers. That was 2-0 victory for Senegal as Sudan play the ball down their right hand side, and it's an opportunity now for the run of Camis, but he gives it away, and now Senegal have it here and they fire the ball out over from that left-hand side. It was Sadio Mane who got it horribly wrong in the end, drifting out of play and eventually going out for what will be a throw-in on that far-hand side of the field. But Senegal and Sudan, both supporters have travelled in their numbers. It will be a throw-in now to Sudan down the left, taken by their skipper, Bakit Kamis. And now Senegal win it back though, and then they give the ball away. Chance now for Abdallah in the centre. Given away though by the Sudanese midfielder, but he was adjudged to have been fouled there, spotted by the referee. So it will be a free kick to Sudan with 4.5 minutes played. Still goalless though at the Grand Stade de Tangier in Morocco, where this competition is being played. It will be a free kick once again to Sudan, and a chance for them to play the ball downfield. It was a foul in the end, and they will play the ball down the right hand side. Ball will be played on the edge of the area, and now it's over to the right hand side, and a chance for an effort and a chance at goal, and it's the first goal for Sudan, who take a shot lead against Senegal in this one. Finished off by Amir Abdallah, and with 6 minutes on the clock, it is Sudan who lead by a 0-0. Nothing Edouard Mendy could do about that. The ball looping over the Senegalese goalkeeper into that top right-hand corner. And the worst possible start for Senegal. Sudan take the lead. It was an assist by Waladin Kadir, who played the ball into the feet of Amir Abdallah. And Abdallah just swung his right boot at it and sent the ball, cut inside and sent the ball over the top of Edouard Mendy into the top corner, the right hand corner of that Senegalese net. And it is Senegal 0, Sudan 1 inside 6 minutes. And that certainly makes a game of it now, with Senegal playing the ball all the way back to Edouard Mendy, who sends it downfield. Opportunity now down the left for Sadio Mane, who gives the ball away, and all of a sudden Sudan with their tails up following that goal. Ball played forward downfield, and now Sudan look to come forward again here, and the referee adjudged no foul there, so it will be play on, and Senegal have the ball down their right hand side, recycled all the way back into the feet of Idrissa Gana Gueye, and now fired over to the left hand side. It's Jacobs who plays it all the way back into the feet now of Sek. He can bring it forward. The Senegal centre back, forward it goes, and now a chance over to the right hand side, fired back in, and Senegal win it once again, and an opportunity for the ball to be played across here, and it's an overhit one, and Sadio Mane looking to keep the ball alive, but he's unable to do so. So Diatta with an overhit ball, and it goes out of play for what will be a throw-in over on that far hand side. But if you are just joining us, Senegal 0, Sudan 1. A goal by Amir Abdallah on 6 minutes, and Senegal look to respond here, and they come forward. A ball fizzed across the face of goal and then fired towards goal in the end, and it was saved by Monged El Nil, the goalkeeper for Sudan. And an opportunity now at the corner for Senegal, who will play it in from the left-hand side. Ball is played short, and this time it's defended well in the end by Sudan, but back comes Senegal again, and they come forward with Idrissa Gueye, and this time it's Played all the way back, and an opportunity now for Seku. Can play it out to the left-hand side, and this time it runs all the way back to Niakate. Back into the Senegal half of the field. Now a rare touch for Edouard Mendy. Senegal seeing plenty of the possession in these opening 9.5 minutes played, but it is Sudan who lead by that early goal. Senegal come forward now down their left-hand side. Ball nodded forward, and now a chance over on that far-hand side of the field. Collected now once again by Senegal and Sadio Mane, and this time Sudan managed to scramble the ball away, but they give it away once again here. Senegal on the front foot as they come forward again. This is Sadio Mane looking to cut inside and looking to find the telling ball forward. It will be a throw in to Senegal, which Sadio Mane looks as though he will leave to one of his teammates in Jacobs. So a throw in from down the Senegal left to the right of the Sudan 18-yard area, and the referee has spotted an infringement here, so it will be a free kick to Senegal. Sadio Mane going down under a challenge. Didn't look to be much in that challenge, but Mane went down, and it will be a free kick to Senegal and Pape Thiaw's men. So a chance from the edge of the area, from the right-hand side of the Sudan 18-yard area, down the Senegal left. And the ball will be played into the area, no doubt. An opportunity for Diatta. Referee just making sure the wall is where it needs to be. And the chance now at this free kick as the ball is delivered in. This time it's palmed away by El Nil, the Sudanese goalkeeper, but it comes out as far as Idrissa Gana Gueye. Over to the right-hand side to Diarra, loops the ball in. This time it's headed down, but it's too close to the Sudan goalkeeper, who claims it, Monged El Nil, and immediately rolls it out to Shedi Barglan. Now this is Mohamed Eric. Infield to Abu Gala Abdallah. Moves it out to the left-hand side, and this time fired over to the right flank and headed down by Jacobs. And this time Sudan win it again, and they push forward down the right flank. An opportunity now for Diatta. This time it's defended well, and Senegal come forward over halfway, centrally inside the Sudan half. Ball out to Pape Gueye, and then this time it's Ismaila Sarr. Dances his way forward, still going Ismaila Sarr. Defended well though by Sudan, who then look to clear the ball away, and this time a free kick is awarded here, and it will be a yellow card. An early yellow card given to Pape Gueye in the end. And a free kick awarded to Sudan, who are in no rush to take it. 13 minutes on the clock. Senegal 0, Sudan 1. Still, it is the Sudanese who lead the Senegalese. Plenty of spectators in the crowd for this one. Of course, it is the last 16 of the competition. And it is Sudan who are leading. 13.5 minutes on the clock. It is a goal which was finished off rather exquisitely by the Sudanese, and Ahmed Abdallah It's his finish what separates the sides so far. Can Senegal respond? They have plenty of time to do so. Now the ball played over on that far hand side, and it goes out for a throw-in to Sudan down their right flank, and it will be thrown in by Shedi Barglan. Fired forward, and this time collected by Senegal, and this time opportunity once again perhaps, but this time a ball fired towards goal, and it was an opportunity for Ahmed Abdallah, the goal scorer, to bag himself a second, but it's high and wide of the crossbar in the end. And now the ball is at the feet of Edouard Mendy. Over to the right hand side it goes. Fired forward over the top, and ball headed down into the feet of Ismail Assar, but the last touch was off a Sudan body, so it will be a corner now to Senegal. The quarter of an hour played in Tangier, and a chance to whip the ball in. Defending to do here for Sudan, the team that leads. Nicholas Jackson lurking in front of Monged El Nil, the Sudan goalkeeper, as the ball is played in from down the right hand side, and it was a really good chance that it was Sadio Mane who struck it from within the 18-yard area, but he got it horribly wrong in the end. Looks to the heavens. Former Liverpool and Southampton man. A goal kick now to Sudan. But it is still Sudan that lead by the 1-0. Ball is fired forward. Now a chance for Senegal, who play it over the top looking to find Sadio Mane. Plenty of possession for Senegal, 66 in fact to Sudan's 33, but it is the men in white leading at this stage. Senegal have the ball inside their half of the field. It's with Idrissa Gana Gueye. Out to the right hand side it goes. Now a chance played forward once again, and this time it's over to the right hand side, collected by Diatta, who twists and turns and manages to pick out Diarra all the way back to Sek. Now over to Niakate. Now this is Sadio Mane, and this time he's dispossessed. Opportunity now for Senegal as they come forward again through Diarra. Over to the right it goes to Diatta. Now back to Diatta again. This is Diarra. Still going Diarra. Looks to play the ball forward, but it goes down on the edge of the area of the Sudan 18-yard area. And he holds his face, and it will be a free kick to Senegal. Just a coming together involving Diarra and Amar Taifour. So a free kick in a rather promising position for Senegal. Can they level proceedings? Plenty of work to do for the Senegal manager so far. Pape Thiaw. Meanwhile, the Sudanese and Senegal player both Diarra and Barglan both receiving treatments following that coming together. But it is that fine finish by Ahmed Abdallah inside 6 minutes which separates the two teams. Sudan leading Senegal Of course, there is plenty of time for Senegal to level things. They do still trail this Sudanese side. Certainly hasn't dampened the spirits amongst the Senegal supporters, despite Sudan leading. 19.5 minutes on the clock. No real clear opportunity so far for Senegal. Sadio Mane blazing an effort over the crossbar. But other than that, the Sudanese have managed to keep Senegal out and at bay. We are almost halfway through this first half. Senegal are yet to really get going in this last 16 encounter. You certainly have to give credit to Sudan and the way their side has defended in numbers. Two players still currently down on the turf, and both are eventually back to their feet. It will be a free kick to Senegal. Referee just making sure the Sudan wall takes its yards. There was a long stoppage in play for those two injuries. And it will be an opportunity now for Senegal at this set piece. Defending to do here for Sudan. Free kick which will be played into the area. An opportunity for Diatta, who will take it. Diatta floats the ball in, and this time it is headed back into the field, but cleared away at the back by Mohamed Erink. And anywhere will do clearance for him. And it goes out of play down the Senegal left, a couple of yards within the Sudan half of the field, and it's taken quickly by Jacobs all the way back to Edouard Mendy. He then plays it short to Sek, and he can look to bring the ball forward. And this time, all the way back it goes to Sek once more. Played over to the left, and this time brought forward by Niakate. Still going here, and an opportunity for Sudan, who managed to get the ball away, and this time a free kick has been awarded to Senegal for a foul in the end by Mohamed Issa. It was a took back in the end on the Senegalese defender Niakate, and now the free kick is quickly taken by the Senegalese, who have it now with Diatta. Plays the ball down their right hand side, and it's held up by Nicholas Jackson. Now back to Diatta. Ball won back by Senegal, who managed to win themselves a free kick. To Sudan, I should say, who win themselves the free kick. Foul this time on Weladin Kadir. Will be fired forward. But it's so far so good for Kwesi Appiah. Meanwhile, the referee has allowed play to continue. The fourth official just having a word with some of the Sudanese backroom staff as that ball forward by Monged El Nil is fired straight out of play. And now the ball is at the feet of Edouard Mendy. Over to the left hand side it goes. Collected now by Jacobs. Now brought down. And a foul committed in the end by Idrissa Gana Gueye. It was a foul on the Sudanese midfielder Abu Ghala Abdallah. And this time the ball played forward, but headed away at the back by Niakate. then played all the way back into the Sudan half of the field. And this time it's won back by Monged El Nil. Fired forward over halfway and headed down at the back by Senegal, but this time given away. Now a chance for Weladin Kadir. Looks to play the ball across, and this time it's saved by Edouard Mendy. It was an opportunity for Sudan's Mohamed Issa. Ball out to the right hand side, and he just watched the line. Issa driven it across the face of goal and pushed away by Edouard Mendy rather comfortably. And out for what will be a corner now to Sudan, which will be taken from down their left hand side to the right of the Senegal 18-yard box. Ball is whipped in, and this time it evades everybody but comes out as far as Amar Taifour, and then all the way back to the Sudan goalkeeper El Nil. Forward it goes, and this time it runs through to Edouard Mendy. And now collected by the Senegal goalkeeper. Won now by Sek, and he plays the ball over to the right hand side. This time it's out of play on that far hand side. Just 3 shots each so far in this first half. Will be a throw in which Jacobs will take, and this time it's the ball drifting out for what will be free kick instead to Senegal. Now a chance down the right hand side for Papagay. Papagay looks to pick out Sek, and he's managed to do so from inside the Senegal half of the field. Now this is Niakate. He could bring it forward and over to that left hand side. Now an opportunity for Senegal as they come forward again here. Into the feet of Diarra. Diarra now holds the ball, and this time it will be a free kick to Senegal. Collected and this time laid off in the end. Chance now for Senegal as they have it with Sek once again. Opportunity now for the Senegalese to bring it forward as they look to get themselves back into this contest. Now this is a chance for Nicholas Jackson. Now Idrissa Gana Gueye on the edge of the area. Still going here, and then a shot fired towards goal in the end. And it stings the palms of Monged El Nil, but it's too close to the Sudanese goalkeeper. 27.5 minutes on the clock. Senegal 0, Sudan 1. Is there a shock on the cards in this last 16 encounter? Sadio Mane meanwhile goes down, and it will be a free kick to Senegal. We play the ball all the way back and then look to bring it forward through Diatta. Now a chance from the right hand side, and a really good opportunity. It was a wonderful save by Monged El Nil. It was Nicholas Jackson with the effort, and it should have been 1-1. A point blank reaction save from Monged El Nil to keep the Bayern Munich man at bay, and that was a really good opportunity for Senegal to level things. Their best opportunity so far. Now an opportunity for Senegal as they look to bring the ball forward again and spark a counter, but they give it away. And now Sudan look to get themselves out of danger, but they give the ball away, and there's a 4-on-4 here, and an opportunity on the edge of the area, and a shot fired towards goal, and it's punished, and Senegal are level on 29 minutes. It had been coming, because these last 5 minutes or so Senegal had really turned on the screw. And Papa Gueye finishes it off, drives the ball into the bottom left-hand corner. Monged El Nil could do absolutely nothing to keep that one out. And on 29 minutes, it is Senegal 1, Sudan 1. A fine finish from on the edge of the area by Gueye. The ball nestling into that bottom corner of the goal. And it is game on in the Moroccan port of Tangier. It is Senegal 1, Sudan 1. And now Senegal play the ball forward again, and they look to turn this game around, and this time the ball coming out on the edge of the area, and an opportunity for Senegal again. The ball comes back off a Sudanese body in back at Kamis, and out for a throw in to Senegal down their right hand side to the left of the Sudanese 18-yard area. So just over half an hour gone in Tangier. Senegal 1, Sudan 1. Ball will be thrown in, but play will be stopped for what will be a pause in play, because there looks to be a problem with one of the Sudanese players. Meanwhile, the Senegal manager, Pape Thiaw, just having a word there with one of his players, Niakate. And the game can commence from the throw-in down this right-hand side. And Senegal play it all the way back into their half of the field. And now an opportunity for Diarra. Senegal have the ball again. Over to the right-hand side it goes. Ismail Assar, and this time the ball goes out for what will be a goal kick to Sudan. But it is still just the one goal. One goal each in this first half. And Monged El Nil will send it downfield. Into the latter stages of this first half, and one would think that Senegal could go on and turn this game around before the break, but take nothing away against Sudan. And now Senegal play the ball forward here. A chance for Diarra. Looks to feed it through towards Sadio Mane. He will get the second opportunity. It now falls to Nicholas Jackson. Into Sadio Mane. Mane looks to play the ball in. Dinks it across. Chested down. And it was Nicholas Jackson looking for the spectacular, but he couldn't reach it in the end. And now Sudan look to get the ball away. And they managed to do so downfield, but back there is Sek, and he can play it centrally into the feet of Niakate. This is Sek once again, looking to play the ball forward into the centre circle. It goes to Idrissa Gueye. Now over to the right hand side, but it's not kept alive in the end. Out it goes for what will be a throw-in, which Shedi Barglan will take. He's in no rush to take it though, the Sudanese right back. So a throw-in now, which is played downfield. Ball is headed down, and it breaks kindly here to Sadio Mane, who goes down under a challenge, but nothing given, is quickly back to his feet. And now Baki Kamis Looks to play it down the left-hand side, the Senegal fullback. Now into the feet of the Sudanese number 6, Mustafa Karshoum, who plays the ball downfield, and this time it runs kindly through to Edouard Mendy. All the way back to Mendy again. Into the feet of the Senegal goalkeeper. Now this is Idrissa Gana Gueye, can bring it forward over halfway and then into the Sudan half, and now an opportunity, a chance, and this time a penalty awarded here. But it looks as though the offside flag has been raised, has it? The referee did point to the spot. But on 35 minutes, the ball was played forward. And it does seem as though the offside flag has been raised. But the referee did point to the penalty spot. But the flag was already up in the end. It was Ismail Assar who went down under the challenge from Monged El Nil, the Sudanese goalkeeper. But the flag is rescues Sudan. And the scores remain 1 goal apiece between both Senegal and Sudan. So into the final 10 minutes in this first half. I'm just checking here for what could be a potential spot kick. The VAR just having a look to see if that offside was in fact correct. Has the offside saved Sudan? That is the question. Because if not, it will certainly be a spot kick. Ismail Assar was the player who went down under the challenge from the goalkeeper. The linesman on this near side immediately raising his flag, but the VAR are just checking for what could be a potential penalty. Still, we check to see if it will be a spot kick. Referee deep in conversation with the VAR. Will he be advised to go and take a look at the monitor? It's taking quite a long time to see as to whether this will be a penalty or not. But it was Monged El Nil, the goalkeeper, bringing down Ismail Assar. What will be the outcome? The referee just having a word with both skippers momentarily. Still the check ongoing. What will be the decision? Senegal 1, Sudan 1. Still, we see as to whether this will be a spot kick or not. It is taking quite a long time, this check. If you are wondering what is actually going on, the referee is still speaking with both skippers. And the offside flag was the correct decision. The outcome is no penalty. So Sudan saved by the offside flag. And the Sudan goalkeeper, Monged El Nil, can breathe a sigh of relief. So a free kick to Sudan, who will fire the ball downfield through El Nil. Long ball forward it goes, and this time chance for Senegal as they look to bring the ball forward. This time it's fired over the top, and there could still be a chance for Senegal here, but the referee just making sure Sadio Mane and Sheri Barglan are okay. And Sudan will play the ball forward once more. So into the final 5 minutes in this first half. 1 goal apiece between Senegal and Sudan. But of course there will be plenty of additional time at the end of the first 45 minutes, given that lengthy stoppage for that VAR check. Various medical incidents. Throw in though now to Senegal from halfway down their left-hand side, and it's played all the way back in the end to Niakate, and now Edouard Mendy has the ball at his feet. Out to the right-hand side it goes. Over halfway, Senegal have it. And this time it's played through and headed down and collected by Senegal, who have it now in the centre circle. But in this last 16 encounter, it's still Senegal 1, Sudan 1. Aymar Abdallah on 6 minutes for Sudan, but his goal then cancelled out by Papa Gueye just before half an hour played to level proceedings, as Senegal come forward again here, and they could be in, and out comes the onrushing goalkeeper Monged El Nil to claim it just before Diatta could reach it. The Senegal right back, and fired forward by the Sudan goalkeeper. Up in the air it goes. Now collected. Played over to the left-hand side. A chance now. And this time it will be a go for a corner to Senegal from down their left-hand side to the right of the 18-yard area. Can either of these sides find another goal which would put them in front before half-time? Corner though now to Senegal as the ball is fired into the area. This time it's headed away at the back by Mustafa Khartoum, but this time a really good chance, and it's a goal, but the offside flag has been raised, so it won't count for Senegal. But warning signs at the back there for Sudan. Question marks over the defending. It was slammed home in the end, but offside flag coming to Sudan's rescue as the ball is fired forward by Monged El Nil. This time chested down, and it will be a free kick to Senegal inside their half of the field. Foul in the end by Maladin Kadia. Over to the left it goes now. A chance for Niakate. Into the feet of Idrissa Gueye. Over to Sadio Mane, down the Senegal left, looks to play the ball across, and this time it's dealt with by Abouagla Abdallah. Quickly taken the throw in by Senegal down their left, and this time it's switched over the top down to the right, collected now by Diatta. Diatta lays the ball off, and on the edge of the area it goes. Still now chance as the ball is played across, and this time dealt with by Sudan but given away, and now a chance for Senegal as they push forward, looking to find that second goal. Down the left it is with Sadio Mane, cuts inside, looking to lay the ball out to centrally it goes, and it's saved here by the goalkeeper who palms it away, but still Senegal come forward, and now a chance once again, and this time it takes a deflection in the end off from a shot from Diarra and out for a corner. But the initial effort was from the goal scorer, Papa Gueye. It was a really good strike as well. Caught it with power and precision. The goalkeeper down to his right hand side to keep the ball out. There will be 7 additional minutes at the end of this first half as the ball is whipped in, and this time it's headed up in the air, and eventually the goalkeeper manages to claim it. Monged El Nil, and he fires it downfield, the Sudan goalkeeper. Headed up in the air by Nia Carter. Ball is won back by Senegal, who get themselves a free kick. A foul in the end on Papa Gueye. Now this is Diarra. Centrally onto Idrissa Gana Gueye. Forward it goes. Now a chance for Senegal. This is Sadio Mane. Plays the ball across, but there's nobody there in the green of Senegal. And this time it's cleared away in the end. And out it goes for what will be a throw-in, which is quickly taken by Diatta. Over to the left-hand side it goes. And now Idrissa Gana Gueye centrally. Lays the ball out to the right-hand side. Space now for Senegal as they look to play it downfield, and then it's an overhit pass which eventually runs through to the goalkeeper, Monged El Nil. Manages to claim it in the end. El Nil sends the ball forward. Over halfway it goes. And this time it's played forward, and a really good opportunity. Fizzed across, and this time it's dealt with in the end. This is Nicholas Jackson, and then an effort towards goal, and it finds the top of the net and into the back of the net, and Senegal now lead by 2-1. A goal scored deep into added time at the end of this first half, and would you believe it's the second for Papa Gueye for Senegal. Bags himself a brace inside the 3rd minute of additional time at the end of this first half, and Senegal have turned the game on its head. A delightful finish by Papa Gueye. Ball was played forward, and it was 2-on-2. It was an overhit ball from the right hand side, but it was recovered in the end by Nicholas Jackson, who just put it on a plate for Papa Gueye on the edge of the area, and he just curled it nicely beyond the goalkeeper, Monged El Nil, leaving the Sudanese shot stopper with no chance. Deep into added time at the end of this first half, it's Senegal 2, Sudan 1. Delight for Papa Thiaw, the Senegalese manager. And now play can resume from the restart, and Sudan have it all to do now. They are just checking for what a potential offside in the build-up to that goal. But it looks as though the goal will stand. So it is a second goal for Papagay. Delight for those Senegal supporters. Now into the final 3 minutes of additional time. There was 7 additional minutes. We are coming up to the final 2 of the additional 7. As the ball is played back all the way back to Edouard Mendy. He plays it forward. This time it's run back again by Sudan. We now have it in the centre circle and play it over to the right hand side, and it's out it goes for what will be a throw in, seen out by Amir Abdallah. It was a really good finish by Papagay to bag his second of the match inside this first half, and really fine finish in the end. And now an opportunity as the ball is played over the top, and this time it goes out of play for what will be a late corner in this first half to Senegal. And you would think if they were to get a third goal right at the death here, then it certainly would be a mountain to climb for Sudan. But they are in no rush to take it, Senegal, as we head into the final minute of the additional 7. Will be a corner which will be taken from down the right hand side to the left of the Sudanese 18-yard box. Ball will be played into the area. This time it's headed on, and the goalkeeper thought about coming, and this time it's headed behind in the end, and it will be a goal kick to Sudan. So into the final 30 seconds until the halfway stage. And the goalkeeper, Monguet El Nil, will fire the ball downfield. Headed down by Niakate. Is there one last opportunity for Sudan going into the break? An effort towards goal, and this time it's off target in the end. And that will surely be the last piece of action. It was an effort, it was a rather wild effort by Amir Abdallah in the end. Well off target. And drifting out for what will be a goal kick, and the referee has decided that will be enough. And he thought about blowing his whistle, the referee, but it looks as though he will allow Edouard Mendy to take this goal kick. The ball is fired forward. Play does continue momentarily. Sudan play the ball forward, but it's won back by Senegal, who bring it over halfway, over to the left-hand side. Now space for Sadio Mane. Still going here, Mane. Plays the ball in, digs it across, and this time it's with Sudan, who look to get the ball away to safety. And this time the referee does draw a close to the end of the first half. So at half-time in this Africa Cup of Nations last 16 encounter at the Grand Stade de Tangier in Morocco, it is Senegal 2, Sudan 1. for the Senegal midfielder is what separates the two teams entering this second 45 minutes. So Sudan know that if they are to progress to the last 8 of the competition, they simply have to turn the game around. And they were leading but through Amar Abdallah inside 6 minutes, only for Papagay's brace to put the Senegalese ahead. It will be Sudan to get the ball rolling at the start of this second half, kicking from left to right. And we are now back underway. The ball immediately fired all the way back to goalkeeper Monged El Nil, who thought he'd given away a penalty in that first half, but only for the offside flag to save it. And now the ball fired forward by Shedi Barglan, the Sudanese right back. But it's won back by Senegal. Free kick now to Sudan. Apologies for the slight technical problem we were encountering. Senegal 2, Sudan 1. 2 minutes into this second half. Now an opportunity as the ball is pushed forward down the out the goalkeeper to keep the ball at bay. And this time Mendy plays it out. And an opportunity now for Senegal. And this time it's out of play for what will be a goal kick. And this time it will be an opportunity for Sudan to play the ball forward. They managed to play the ball out from the back, and this time it will be collected over to the right hand side. One rather neatly, and Senegal look to come forward again. This time it will be a free kick to Sudan for a foul by Papagay. 48.5 minutes on the clock. Interestingly, no changes meanwhile for either team in this second half. Now a chance over down the right hand side. Sudan look to play the ball across here, and this time it's dealt with by Idrissa Gana Gueye. But again, a slip there, and now Senegal look to win the ball back. Now an opportunity. The whistle has gone. It will be a free kick to Sudan. Free kick which will be taken for a foul on Abugala Abdallah. A yellow card has been shown as well. But take nothing away previously from that save from goalkeeper Mendy. Nicholas Jackson is the player who's been shown the yellow card. And now free kick which is taken short, and Sudan look to come forward. But a slip by Shedi Barglat. And now Sadio Mane looks to clear the ball forward. This time play continues, but it has eventually stopped because there will be a free kick in the end, and it will go in the way of Sudan. Five minutes into this second half. Senegal 2, Sudan 1. Ball is played in. This time it's headed away at the back there. Cleared away by Niakate. Out it goes for what will be a throw in. Now an opportunity on the edge of the area. Ball is cleared away. Now an opportunity over to the right hand side. A chance for Sudan as they play the ball against Jacobs, and it will go out for what will be a corner now to Sudan. And an opportunity to send the ball in to the area. But it is still Senegal leading by 2-1. Referee just having a word with several Sudan players. And he blows his whistle, the referee, for the corner to be taken from down this right hand side to the left of the Senegal 18-yard area. And a chance for the ball to be whipped in. Instead it's played short. Now a chance for the ball to be played across, and a really good opportunity. And eventually it's watched out of play in the end. It will be a goal kick which Edouard Mendy will take. Meanwhile, it looks as though there will be a couple of changes imminently for Senegal, which can now take place. Looks as though Malik Diouf will come on, and Dia as well for Senegal. So a like-for-like change up top sees Nicholas Jackson leave the field and Dia entering the action in his place. Meanwhile, a change in the right fullback position sees Malik Diouf into the action for Senegal. So the first two changes for the men in green. And now this is an opportunity for Sudan. It looked to win the ball back and play it forward, but it runs through to Edouard Mendy. And will look to pick a pass over forward. El Hadj Malik Diouf, who plays his club football with West Ham in the Premier League. Meanwhile, Sadio Mane goes down under a challenge at the other end of the field, under the feet of Shedi Barglat. And he does get the decision, Sadio Mane. It will be a free kick to Senegal. And a chance to play it into the box. Will be an opportunity for Diatta, who's standing over it here from down the Senegal left-hand side as he whips the ball in, and this time it falls kindly into the gloves of Mongué Del Nil. And now Sudan look to come forward down their left. Ball is held up by Mohamed Abdelra. It will be a free kick to Sudan. Foul this time by Diarra. Just on halfway down the Sudan left-hand side. Ball is played centrally. Now a chance for Sudan, who then give the ball away, and Senegal look to capitalise as the ball goes over the top, and this time it's out of play. It goes out of play for what will be a corner now. So a corner to Senegal from down there left hand side to the right of the Sudan 18-yard area. Sadio Mane thought about taking it, but he leaves it for one of his fellow teammates, and plenty of bodies in the area now. It will be Malik Diouf to take it. Plenty of bodies, as mentioned, in front of the goalkeeper Monged El Nil as the ball is fired in, headed on, and this time the whistle has already gone for a foul spotted by the referee. So free kick to Sudan. It was Niakate fouling Abdillah. So free kick which is taken short by Sudan, and this time out it goes for what will be a throw-in to the Sudanese down their right flank. But it is still Senegal that lead by 2-1. And now Shedi Barglan to take this throw-in. Ball is brought down, and this time free kick which is quickly taken. And Sudan have it down their left flank with Baki Kamis. All the way back it goes to his goalkeeper El Nil. And this time he can bring it further forward. Opportunity at the free kick now for Sudan. You get the decision from down there right hand side, and a chance for them to play the ball forward. Ball is played downfield. Now a chance on the edge of the area, and out of play it goes. It's watched comfortably out of play in the end by Niakate. Now for what will be a goal kick. But the second half yet to really get going between both these sides. Senegal will be happy, of course, given they are leading. But Kwesi Appiah, the Sudan manager, will be wanting more from his team. And this time the ball is fired forward. Out it goes for what will be a throw-in, which will be taken by Bakit Kamis from over halfway down the left, and this time it is thrown in, and a chance for Senegal. Ball played all the way back, and this time played into the feet of Edouard Mendy. Played out from the back, and this time opportunity as the ball is slipped through, but the referee has already blown his whistle. It will be a free kick to Sudan, taken quickly by Shedi Barglan. And all the way back to the goalkeeper El Nil. Now to back at Kamis. He's got Mustafa Karmouche alongside him, but plays it against a Senegalese body and out for what will be a throw-in to Sudan. So a throw-in with just half an hour left to play in Tangier, the port, one of the ports in Morocco. In this last 16 African Cup of Nations encounter. Referee, meanwhile, has just stopped play momentarily because it looks as though Sudan are about to make it their first change in this second half. Change which will see Mustafa Karmouche leave the field. And Altieb Abdelrazik will enter the action. Suspected groin problem, it seems, for Karshoum. Meanwhile, back at Kamis, the Sudan skipper takes the throw in, plays it downfield. Back into the Senegal half of the field. Comes out kindly to Monged El Nil. And now Mendy can fire the ball forward. This time it's headed down and ball played all the way back and out of play for what will be a throw-in on that far-hand side of the field. An opportunity from down the right-hand side. It will be taken, the throw-in, by Diatta. All the way back it goes and headed now into the Senegal half of the field, into the feet of Niakate. Forward it goes and nearly finding the feet of Dia. This time fired forward by Mendy. It heads the ball down and this time it's won back in the end rather easily by Senegal. We now have it in the centre circle and it's chipped over to the right hand side and looking to be brought down in the end by Diatta. Now Senegal push forward again. 62.5 minutes on the clock. They have the ball deep into the Sudan half down the right flank, and this time the ball is headed forward and this time it's fired over the crossbar in the end. And out for what will be a goal kick, but no real clear opportunities from either team in this second 45 minutes. An effort which wasn't troubling Monged El Nil in the Sudan goal. Now a free kick awarded to Sudan for a foul on the Sudan forward, number 14, Mohamed Issa. It was from Niakate, the player who brought him down. But a stern look on the face of Papa Thiaw, the Senegal manager. Clearly unhappy with the way his team are performing in this second half, because it is rather evenly poised, it's fair to say, despite the scoreline being in Senegal's favour. Still leading by 2-1, and referee has just gone over to speak to one of the Sudanese players who makes his way off the field to receive necessary treatment as the ball is fired forward by Shedi Barglan, the Sudanese right back, but it's straight through to Edouard Mendy, who then puts his foot through it and sends it over halfway into the Sudan half of the field. Meanwhile, a free kick, which is quickly taken. Now an opportunity. Over to the right-hand side. And the ball is picked up by Diarra. Into the centre circle it goes, and over to the left-hand side. An opportunity as the ball is played forward. It's intercepted now by Sudan, who then give the ball away. And it breaks kindly to Edouard Mendy, who then fires it downfield. And this time headed up in the air. Collected now by Diarra again. Over to the right-hand side. Space now for Diatta, who cuts inside, and now Senegal look to add a third, and then Diatta's ball is away with one. He chips it towards that back post, but it was an overhit one in the end, not troubling Monged El Nil in the Sudan goal. It was miles over in the end, and no chance for Dia to latch onto it, the Senegalese forward. And now Sudan fire the ball downfield through Amar Taifour up towards Mohamed Issa. But it's straight through to Edouard Mendy again. Now this time the ball landed at the feet of Mendy. Over to the left-hand side it goes. Still pushing forward here, Senegal, as they look to make sure of that spot in the final 8 of this year's African Cup of Nations, which of course is taking place in Morocco. Ball over to the right-hand side. This is Diatta on the edge of the area, strikes it Diatta, but well and truly over the crossbar in the end. Certainly not troubling the Sudan goal. It was a wayward effort in the end by Diatta. So approaching the final 20 minutes in Tangier. Senegal still leading by 2-1 as Monged El Nil fires the ball downfield. Over halfway it goes, looking to find the head of Abougala Abdallah. And now a chance for Sudan as they bring the ball forward, but the offside flag has been raised, and there will be a further change or two now very shortly. It was Mohamed Abdelrah who was offside, and it will be a Sudanese change, which we'll see Mohamed Abdelrahman leave the field, and on comes Salah Adil in his place. Meanwhile, Senegal play the ball centrally. Over to the left-hand side it goes. Ball into the area from Sadio Mane, and then helped on again, and this time it's headed down, and there is a pause in play because Shedi Barglan has gone down holding the back of his head, the right back for Sudan. But it is just turning to dusk now in Tangier. With Senegal still leading by 2-1. A brace by Papa Gueye, which gives Senegal a commanding lead so far. But can Sudan level proceedings? They come forward now, laying the ball down the right-hand side. And meanwhile, a yellow card will be shown here. It will be a yellow card what will be given to the right back of Sudan, Shedi Barglan, for a foul on Sadio Mane. In fact, it looks as though it was El-Hajj Malik Diouf who has gone over under that challenge and is receiving necessary treatment. Confirmation of that yellow card for Barglan. Malik Diouf back to his feet, the West Ham United fullback. Meanwhile, Kwesi Appiah just having a word with his skipper Bakheet Kamis. But it is a lovely setting on the Moroccan port city of Tangier. 20 minutes remaining. Senegal 2, Sudan 1. Edouard Mendy will fire the ball downfield from this free kick. Up in the air it goes, headed on by Sadio Mane. And now Amar Taifour plays it forward. Mane wins it back for Senegal. Back into the Senegalese half of the field. Out as far as Edouard Mendy. And over to the right hand side. Still Senegal with the ball. This is Niakate. Into the feet of Idrissa Gana Gueye. Over halfway it goes. Now Sadio Mane. Over to the left hand side, and now space for Senegal. Idrissa Gana Gueye. Collected again here by Senegal, and this time an opportunity. The ball played over to the left hand side. This is Sadio Mane. Still going here, Sadio Mane. Ball is given straight to El-Hajj Malik Diouf. And then played in the centre circle. And now Senegal play the ball forward. The game has gone rather flat and cagey, it's fair to say. And the ball goes out for what will be a throw-in down the right-hand side. Down the Senegal right-hand side to the men in green. As we approach the final 15 minutes or so, there will be 2 further changes now for Senegal. Those changes will see Mbaye enter the action with one of the 2 alterations. Ibrahim Mbaye, who plays his club football with Paris Saint-Germain, just 17 years of age, Ibrahim Mbaye. Meanwhile, the other change sees Lamine Camara enter the action, just 21 years of age. Plays his club football also in Ligue 1 with Monaco. And Senegal come forward now with Niakate. Out to the left hand side it goes. Collected back and delivered to Niakate. Now a chance once again for Senegal, who have the ball with Edouard Mendy. Played out from the back, and now a chance, a first touch for Kamara here, who looks to feed it through, and out comes the goalkeeper. The Sudan goalkeeper in the end, and it's gathered by Mongued El Nil. wanted a free kick. Looks as though he will get the decision in the end. So approaching the final 15 minutes in Morocco, and still Senegal leading by 2-1. The ball goes out on that far hand side, but the referee has already brought play back for a free kick to Sudan for a foul on there. Midfielder Salah Adil. And now Sudan have the ball again. They give it away, but look to win it back here. On the edge of the area, they have it. This time, over to the right-hand side. Ball looks to be threaded through, and this time it's played all the way back. And played over the top, and this time it's dealt with by Niakate. Cleared away eventually in the end. Free kick awarded to Senegal. Spot a free kick for a foul on Malik Diouf in the end. Don't forget, of course, you can listen to the upcoming African Cup of Nations last 16 encounter, which follows this, Mali against Tunisia in the other clash. But our attentions will remain on this. Don't forget, of course, as well, plenty of Premier League action across the weekend. AFC Bournemouth against Arsenal currently taking place, also across our Flash Score platform. Bournemouth leading in that one. Meanwhile, the ball is fired forward by the Sudan goalkeeper. But Senegal win the ball back. And they look to come forward on the counter. Into the centre circle it goes. The ball fired over to the right-hand side. And they could be in here, Senegal. A really good chance and a third goal for the Senegalese. And it's fired home by the 17-year-old Mbaye. A wonderful finish into the back of the net by Ibrahim Mbaye. Gives Senegal a commanding cushion now and looks to have sent them through to the last 8 of the African Cup of Nations. It was a wonderful finish from the youngster. Senegal broke rather swiftly, and the ball fed through, helped on its way into the path of Mbaye, and he just fired it beyond the Sudan goalkeeper. Monged El Nil, no chance at his near post. And Senegal now lead by 3-1 in Tangier. A wonderful finish from the youngster, who burst onto the Paris Saint-Germain scene back in 2024. And he gets his goal. 12 minutes left. The ball fired forward now. Out of play. It goes on the far hand side of the field. Can Sudan get themselves another goal, which would certainly set up a grand finale in the final 10 minutes of this one. Senegal, though, now play the ball over to the right-hand side. Further change for Sudan sees Al Ghazoli Noah enter the action. Abu Ghala Abdallah makes way. And Senegal play the ball back into their half of the field. It hasn't been the most convincing performance for Senegal, but they will certainly take the positives from this if they can manage to book their place in the last eight. The ball over to the left-hand side, crossed in now, and a really good opportunity. And it was nearly a fourth and nearly a second for the youngster Mbaye. It was a really good ball in by Malik Diouf from down the Senegal left-hand side. And he should have done better, Mbaye. To the centre of the Sudan goal. His header over the crossbar in the end. And now Sudan have the ball with their goalkeeper, El Nil, out to Baki Kamis. But he's looked rather lively. Ibrahim Mbaye since entering the action. So into the final 10 minutes now. Senegal 3, Sudan 1. Now an opportunity as the ball is played across, and now a chance for Senegal, who have it with Sadio Mane. Back it goes to Edouard Mendy. So just the 9 minutes remaining. Senegal 9 shots on target throughout the contest. They look to bring the ball forward. This is Kamara. Back to Kamara again. Now Idrissa Gana Gueye. Forward it goes. Back to Idrissa Gana Gueye. Ball slipped through here, and now this is a chance for Sadio Mane. He looks to feed the ball through, and looking to latch onto it was Papa Gueye, the scorer of Senegal's first 2 goals. Now Sadio Mane onto Malik Diouf. Sends the ball in, and this time it evades everybody. Back to El Hadj Malik Diouf. On the edge of the area it goes. Looks as though he's in an offside position. And the flag eventually being raised in the end. So it will be a free kick to Sudan. .83 minutes on the clock. Ball played all the way back inside the Sudan half of the field. Over to the left it goes to Baki Kamis. And forward now as Sudan look to reduce the arrears. Over to the left to Amar Taifour. But he gives the ball away, and it straight to the Senegalese defender Seck, who can deliver the ball to Sadio Mane. This time a free kick awarded to Senegal. A foul in the end by the substitute Al Ghazoli Noah. It was a late challenge on Dia. Senegal still leading by 3 goals to 1. Ball played forward again here, and now Senegal searching for a fourth, and meanwhile a yellow card has been shown to Adil. And time running out for Sudan. Free kick which Lamine Kamara will leave. Senegal in no rush to take this set piece. The ball played all the way back into the centre circle. Now a chance for Sadio Mane. Back it goes inside to Edouard Mendy, who has the ball at his feet, the Senegal goalkeeper. Out to the right-hand side it goes. Now collected again onto Idrissa Gana Gueye. Still brings it forward. Now an opportunity. The ball looking to run through towards Sadio Mane. But out of play it goes for what will be a goal kick, and Monged El Nil will take it. Plays it short and into the final 5 minutes of this African Cup of Nations last 16, and a wayward ball which drifts out of play. It will be a corner now to Senegal. And Sadio Mane looks as though he will go over to take it. It will be a corner which will be taken from down the Senegal left to the right of the Sudan 18-yard area. Meanwhile, there will be a further change now for Senegal. A change which will see Papa Gueye, the 26-year-old Villarreal midfielder, who has got himself a brace this afternoon, leave the field. Pathé Ciss is the player who comes on in his place. The Rayo Vallecano enforcer, a 31-year-old, joins his teammates in the area for this corner. Corner which will be whipped in by Malik Diouf. Fired in, and this time it evades everybody. And Sudan look to come forward. Now an opportunity for the Sudanese, and a really good chance this. In on goal perhaps, and this time it was a really good challenge in the end. Edouard Mendy looks as though he's injured himself coming for that, but that was a really good tackle to deceive the Sudanese player Abdel Raouf in the end. Lovely chip ball over the top, and Abdel Raouf looked as though he was going to find the back of the net, the Senegalese net, but it looks as though Niakate has collided with Edouard Mendy in the end. Meanwhile, it looks as though it will be a corner, but play has just stopped. Why those Senegalese players can receive necessary treatment. Senegal still leading by 3-1. Still plenty of time for Sudan, though, to get themselves a goal which would certainly set up what would be a few minutes for them to get themselves even another goal, which would take this tie to extra time. Meanwhile, Edouard Mendy is back to his feet. The corner about to be taken. The Sudanese corner from the down their left-hand side to the right of the 18-yard box. Diatta, the player, yet to get back to his feet. So into the 89th minute at the Grand Stade d'Itank here. And Senegal still leading by 3-1. Will be a corner, though, as mentioned, to Sudan. defending to do. For Senegal, but still Diatta receiving some medical attention. Play can continue in a moment. We're about to find out also how many minutes will be added on at the end of the 90. Still Senegal though in a commanding position. Will be 7 additional minutes at the end of the 90. As the ball will be played in from the left hand side. It's swung in and defended well by Senegal. It comes out on the edge of the area. The shot fired towards goal, and it wasn't far away. In the end, it was a good chance that it was struck with venom by Abdel Rawef, and it took a deflection on the way and goes out for what will be a corner to Sudan from down their right hand side to the left of the 18-yard box. Chance now at this set piece as the ball is delivered in. Doesn't beat the first man, but then comes out and then is cleared away by the Senegalese defence. And this time, the ball runs all the way through to Mongued El Nil, who fires the ball forward. This time it's over to the left-hand side. Won back by Sudan and then fired out of play in the end for what will be a goal kick. It was an overhit one by Bakit Kamis. Out of play for a goal kick, but time running out for Sudan. Ball given back to Edouard Mendy, who plays it downfield. Now a chance for Malik Diouf. Back to Edouard Mendy, the Senegal goalkeeper. Forward, downfield, and this time it's headed out of play in the end by Shedi Barglan. Now this is Idrissa Gana Gueye. Advantage given to Senegal. Referee thought about awarding the free kick for a tug back on Idrissa Gana Gueye, as Edouard Mendy sends it downfield. Now an opportunity, ball chested down, and this time it's given straight back to Sudan. Ball out of play on that far hand side of the field. Back at Kamis will be the player to deliver the long throw into the area, and then it comes out and then a hit on the volley. In the end it was struck by the Sudanese number 13 Amar Taifour, but out it goes for what will be yet another goal kick to Senegal. So approaching the final 3 minutes in the Moroccan city of Tangier in this African Cup of Nations last 16 matchup. Senegal 3, Sudan 1, as Mendy fires the ball forward. This time a free kick awarded to Sudan for a foul on Mohamed Erink. Played short and then fired forward by Amar Taifour. up towards the Senegal 18-yard area. This time the ball is cleared away downfield. And Senegal look to win it back here through Mbaye. Still going Mbaye on the edge of the area, and then looked to take the shot on himself, but it was blocked in the end. Now a chance for Sudan, who give the ball away. Collected though now by Idrissa Gana Gueye. Into the feet of Sadio Mane. Still going Sadio Mane. All the way back, this time to Kamara. Into the final 2 minutes now, and Senegal have the ball in the centre circle. Given away at the back by Niakate, but won back once again by the Senegalese. The ball fired all the way back into the feet of Edouard Mendy. Over to the right-hand side it goes. Back to Edouard Mendy again. This time he plays it over the top, and it's headed on and out of play. Goes out for what will be a throw-in, which Malik Diouf will take for Senegal from over inside the Sudan half. A couple of yards over inside the Sudan half, down the left. How the ball goes out of play. We are into the final 50 seconds of this one, and it will be a free kick to Senegal. And a chance for Papa Thiaw's men to send the ball in for one last opportunity to get themselves a fourth goal perhaps. Malik Diouf plays the ball short. This is Idrissa Gana Gueye. Senegal happy to just play out time. Final 20 seconds remaining. Ball is given all the way back to Edouard Mendy. Mendy has the ball from outside his 18-yard box, and the referee blows his whistle. And it is Senegal who booked their place in the last 8 of the African Cup of Nations. A brace by Papa Gueye cancelled out Aymar Abdallah's opener inside 6 minutes for Sudan. And then substitute Ibrahim Mbaye, just 17 years of age, came on to net Senegal's third goal on 77 minutes. And it has finished at the Grand Stade de Tangier in the port of Morocco. The full-time score, Senegal 3, Sudan 1.